So, creating an RX. So back in your home page in the upper left-hand corner is your Create RX button. And when we click that, it brings us into a prescription. Now, I've already set ODL as my default lab, so I don't have to select it every time. If you haven't done that, you will have to change it to ODL for every submission. In the first video, I showed you how to change your default lab. So in here, you're going to put your patient's name. I'm just going to put a demo name in, and the only required fields are highlighted in yellow. The additional fields are helpful, but are not required to submit the script. So we'll put in a date needed. We're going to do a Vivid Aligner script. So we're going to put a date needed of 2 weeks out. So I'm going to put the 14th. Once you have your data in, you can hit create and the page will load. And once you see the arches of the teeth show up and not blurred out, you're ready to go. So a couple things in here. In your script, there's a bunch of buttons up here. At first, you can just ignore all this. What you do want to see is underneath these tabs. So this is the most important one, templates, and that is the first one that will show up. Now your templates are where you can add your preferenced templates for different appliances. So I'm going to choose the ODL standard aligners. These ones will show up in every account, the ODL standard. We can also make custom templates for your account. So once I click ODL standard, some notes get added to the script. And I know it's been added to that. And I can see these notes say doctor to add treatment goals as a comment. So this is where you would add that as a comment here in the lower right. And you can put in any specifics about the case, say attachments okay, no IPR please, or IPR okay. You can say any specific goals you have or keep it general, reset to ideal, and then save the comment. Now, moving down to your model source, this is where you're going to select the model that you're going to use. So if you've already integrated your scanners, you're all set. If you need to integrate your scanners, please go back to the first video, and that's where I showed you how to integrate iTero, 3Shape, Medit, and the other scanners. So if you are using iTero, you would click Use iTero Scan, and then you can look up and insert case. So you can search the queue, and it will bring up a list of all of the recent scans that you have in your iTero account. I don't have a real iTero account here, so it's not showing me anything. You can also search for the patient name. You always want to look at the date of the scan to make sure that you have the most recent scan if that patient has been scanned multiple times. Now, if you're sending plaster models or impressions, you'd select that. If you're uploading a digital model from your scanner, you would click Use the digital model attached to the script. If we're working on a digital model that's in the patient file already, so say we're doing a remake and we're using the same scan, you can say use the digital model that is in the patient file. And if you have an other source, this is where you'd put in 3Shape or Medit or PrimeScan. So we just want to know where we're looking for that scan for that script. It just helps our team do this more efficiently and get this case moving as quickly as we can. So I'm going to keep it in as PrimeScan. Now, if you have the STL files on your computer, this is where you will add them in your upload section. So you can drag and drop files into this upload box, but you can also search files from your computer to upload the scans. And this is where for any aligner case you will need to upload patient photos. So we require intraoral photos and facial photos for every aligner case, and this is where you're going to add that. Now, once you have your script all set and you're ready to send it into the lab, you're going to hit sign and submit. Now, it's really important to see the difference between save and sign and submit. Save will just save your script, but it will not send it into the lab workflow. So let's say you have the work done, but the patient hasn't committed yet. You can save the script and then submit it later. But in this case, in most cases, when you're submitting the script, you're ready to actually send it to the lab. So we're going to hit sign and submit. and this will validate it and put it into the lab's workflow. So now in the script, you can see it's been created. It says submitted here under the status bar. When it's checked in the lab, a check mark will be shown here above checked in the lab, and then completed and shipped. You'll usually see that done in the same day because as soon as we finish a case, we ship it out. So this is where you will be able to go back and check the progress on your case. Once we have the treatment plan set up, we will send a notification. You'll get an email notification, but in this script, a new button will show up under actions called notifications. In the next video, I'll show you what that looks like after I create a notification for this patient.